relating back to like when you and I were like, "Rah," and even
Ran last night or this morning?
both.
Yeah.
This morning really didn't like you. Like I was like, oh my God, I don't. I'm like, wait,
Well,
can you get away from
can I get my side of this?
unqualified, unsolicited, and totally honest opinions on midlife?
All right, let's have it.
Good. I feel like last night and this morning is one of those typical, it can happen in any couples. One of us is stressed out. uh, You're so funny. One of us is stressed out. The other one's like, you're just in different modes. And I just wanted to see, I see all these things online and like on Instagram and stuff of little things you can do to get back together, something that we should do daily and just connect and stuff like that. I do want to do one of those with you. One was like an acronym team. I sent it to you on Instagram. You probably haven't checked it out.
Acronym team.
Well, acronyms stand for something like T is touch, E is something, like, and it was something like that. And the woman was just talking about that helps you connect. But I think it's so common.
You got to go deeper into that because that seems so weird.
But
What are you saying?
I'm just saying what we were going through last night and this morning of like, I was irritable, I'm starting to feel like just overwhelmed or stressed. You're in a different mode. We're looking at each other. And this morning we were even like, "Meh, meh." And I was like, I just was in that mood.
Well,
of
back
like,
up. So our son and I stayed up watching a TV show. We got sucked in when we watched the half hour past when he should have been in bed.
Yeah. And I was like,
And you were like, "Arr," and I was like, yeah, but I don't know.
and backstory on mine, I was doing carpool and it was fun, but girls were screaming in the car. And I was like, so I was coming off of.
And I just ran 8 dudes in the barn for a lacrosse practice.
Yes, we were both kind of in different places. And I think it's so common for you and I think for other people, of that you can easily get irritated with your partner. And I was highly irritated.
Yeah.
And then you were irritated. And it was just this back and forth. And we've touched on this before, but like all you can control is yourself.
Sure.
I've tried and I can't control you. Really tried.
You're just a wild stallion.
Yeah. Well, and you're just anyway. But
What?
it just, I wanted to touch on that. And I do think it's cool to kind of implement some different things of maybe, just doing a little touch point and maybe implementing one of those things that I sent you. Maybe we'll do that and then have an episode about it and see if it works.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're so not. Well, backstory on Brian. Was a therapist, right? Like that was her.
She got a master's degree in psychology, and she got it while I was like, I want to say like, around like end of elementary school through my middle school years. So a lot of like, how are you feeling? How are you? And like as a young teen boy, you're kind of like to it all, right? So
which made you into a
curmudgeon,
older like person, just anything. Because I'm all into like any tool you can have.
Self-helpy stuff. Yeah.
Just any tool you can. I want to live the best life possible.
Great.
And I believe that you if I can have a strong tool belt, so if I get knocked off my rocker, I have this.
Yeah.
If I
got an acronym to jump right back up. Jump. Joy. Unanimously. My people.
You just being a jerk.
I'm sorry.
But it is funny. And I think this is really common.
Yes, I do have like a block or some sort of like, I don't know. I just don't get into a lot of it.
Do you think there's things out there?
I think it is excellent for people. And I really do think like mantra is one that you've been doing, like good things happen to it. Wait, you say like things work out for us. And I really like that. I had a things work out for us day yesterday. And like, so I do think you can put that energy out there and you can also turn things so that it does steer the way you want it to be. Meaning like if someone could look at something and go, oh, that really didn't work out, but you can look at it in a different light and say it did work out because of X, Y, Z. You're just looking positively.
I always use the house analogy with my friends where if they get really upset about something, I'm like, remember when you're looking for your first house or whatever, and you wanted that house and you didn't get the house you wanted.
Sure.
And then you got the house you were meant to get.
Yep.
And then you look back and you're like, thank God we didn't get that house. We had that big time.
I think everyone, yeah, we've had that. Everyone
So
has
it
that.
kind of goes along with that. But I think men,
Well, you don't, yes, and you don't know. If you choose this path, you have to look at this path as the right path
yes,
and move forward.
yes,
That other house, whatever, could maybe be another wonderful life. But you can't go down this path thinking about regret about this path.
right.
Because you'll never head in the direction you want to in a positive, just happy way.
Sure.
So make a decision and then stand behind it. I think with my job, I'm constantly like, we have to make decisions on the fly. And I always say the Stones song, or the lyric,
Yeah.
you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need, like, so it's not going to always be a perfect day where everything just unfolds exactly how we want it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we get what we need. We get what we were supposed to get. We made the day the way it was supposed to go.
I didn't know that was like your set mantra.
Boom.
Wow. That's really cool.
I have them. I just hide them. They're all like buried under dark layers of teen angst. And so I have to
but I feel
dig deep to pull them
if
up.
people want to call it mantra, affirmation, I know it's a little woo, but I feel like we get
woo?
Woo is like, meditation, affirmation, anything that would be out of like the work hard and things will work.
Yeah.
When I say it like that, feels
Seems
ancient.
dumb. But that does work too, I think, if you.
Yeah, but I feel like there's this
writer was like that.
awareness.
Yeah.
And with technology and all this stuff, it's like we learn new things. And now woo is becoming more mainstream. I am into the woo. And I am into the woo when it works. And when I see it work, like the affirmation, when I was at GC on our house edition, and I was scared out of my mind. We were spending a ton of money.
And Barb's not a GC.
I am
to give
not
you the backstory.
GC.
She's never done it. She
never done
dove in.
But I was like, people less resourceful than me.
That's your polite way. We often say one of our mantras is people dumber than us have done it. So why can't we?
Yeah. Can't wait. And
with kids, we said that because having kids is super scary. And then you're like, oh yeah, there's people that and no offense to dumb people. I'm not, I don't think we're geniuses. So, but it's just
resourceful, which is pretty freaking smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But I mean, and what I'm saying is I'm not like, oh, I look at everyone else as dumb. I'm like,
right.
Like you could be really smart at sales and then dumb at technical things.
Yes.
And so I'm just saying it and use that term. And dumb is really something we say, but really what you would want to say is people that are less experienced than I am or you are have done this. Why can't we?
Yes.
So, and that's really just roll up your sleeves, dig in. And try it.
But there are those times, and I think relating back to when you and I were like, rah, and even
when last night or this morning?
Both.
Yeah.
This morning really didn't like you. I oh my God, I'm like,
well,
you get away from
can I get my side of this? So Barb woke up in the middle of the night. Whenever she wakes up in the middle of the night or early, she starts at a different level because her brain has been functioning. And then her train is going 100 miles an hour. And my train is just starting, right? It's just chugging. And I was I don't know. I was looking at the news. I was looking at the news with my son. And then you and Maddie, our daughter, came down and you two were in it over an issue that you were right. But we weren't at the level, and you were like, mah, 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 and you're elbowing me, say something. And I was like, yeah, okay, yes, Maddie, bad, and you're like, nah, it's not enough. And I'm like, well, I'm not at your level right now.
Yeah.
And so yes, it was a concern. Yes, it is an issue what she had done. She'd borrowed, it's not that, but she had borrowed a friend's shoe accidentally. They took the wrong Uggs.
Because they all have the same.
Oh, I know. And then she got water damage on it. And so we feel responsible to clean the shoe and make it right for her friend.
Yes.
But Maddie could give to. And
she wanted to make it right, but she was very mellow about it. Where I'm like,
you got you. So yeah. Yeah. So on the level of you were DEFCON 5, she was a 2. And I was at a 3.
Yeah.
And you wanted everyone at your level.
Like you. So we're
super chill. That was like that one story when like was it Maddie? We had to rush to the hospital, and you were just like, "I need you."
So Maddie I love our stories. They go all over.
Yes.
But hopefully you're tracking. But Maddie, I don't know if any of your kids have had croup, but
Yes.
it's that
Oh,
one
the
where
breathing.
the
Oh yeah. And so
awful. And it's our first
and
kid.
yeah, first kid. So
And
we're
Brian
novice.
I just want to give backstory about you. Brian is who you want when shit hits the fan. Brian is like your guy you would go to the front lines with. I always thought you should have been a trauma surgeon. Instead, you went into the entertainment industry. But you are so
Might be back to that intelligence thing. I don't know.
yeah. Different paths.
Yeah.
Go. But you are so good under pressure. Like you have so many good show stories. We have to start telling those because every
Sure.
show you've been on, it's like the bar stories, or when people come over and you start telling them, everyone's like, "Oh my God, you need to write a book about it or something."
Yeah.
Or we just make our podcast extra interesting by telling those. But anyway, you are so good under pressure. And when Maddie started getting sick and I was getting nervous, and I also have nerves about breathing because when I was little, I was like kind of asthmatic, but just breathing is a big stressor for me. It's important.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just for everybody. It's like when you choke or like you get the wind knocked out of you. You're always like, "Is this the one time it's not gonna feel like
on a trampoline?"
On the trampoline one, real fast. Barb and I were bouncing on this trampoline back when trampolines didn't have walls because we've known each other forever.
Walls.
Yeah, on trampoline.
Oh, the nets.
The nets, yeah. And she bounced and missed and then hit the edge of the trampoline and flipped over.
Flipped off.
And she was like, I was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I don't know why you were mad at me, but all she could get out was, and I'm sorry, earmuffs for kids. You go, "Fuck you." And I was like, "What did I do?"
What if those were my last words? What if that?
It would be
I
epic.
really thought I was dying.
That'd be epic.
There's no way.
Why were you telling me fuck off?
I was so mad at you.
Why?
You did something.
Well, I must have like bounced you or something.
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
I,
The trampoline.
okay.
Back to Maddie.
Back to me being nice and saying you're good under pressure.
Oh, great. Yes, but back, yeah.
And I'm the caring, concerned mom.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Maddie was having, and they said to look for, this little area when it's
It sucks in. Yeah.
And hers was totally, and all the things.
Yeah.
And Brian was just being calm, calm, calm. I'm like, I think we need to go to the doctor. I think we need to do all these things. And he's like, we're fine. Let's do the shower thing, the steam. I think is very calm.
We're going down the WebMD of to-do lists.
And then it started getting really bad. And I was like, Brian, you need to start stressing out. You need to step it up. I was like, I was freaking out. And I was done with you being calm. I was like, screw your calm.
Yeah, but
get a little amped.
I was obviously very concerned, very attentive.
Yeah.
But spazzing or whatever you want to call it doesn't make rational decisions and doesn't lead in the way you want. Like, I don't want Maddie to see that I'm freaking out, Right. I mean, we took it very seriously. We did end up going to the hospital, and of course we pulled.
She got the epidural.
Yeah. Maybe she needed it. Maybe she didn't. Maybe we were just like concerned young parents. And
no, I think it's really common. But what I'm saying is, do you have aging parents and you're still raising your kids? Then welcome to the sandwich generation. It can be super overwhelming, but I've got you. I wrote an ebook that helps you save time, energy, and money. And you can get your copy on thesandwichgen.com/ebook, and it will help you with all the things you need. How we got to this story, because you and I keep going, but I love our ADHD conversations, but we react to things in life very differently.
Everybody does.
And like I was bringing in the woo or getting disconnected, you and I have such a strong foundation of forever being together.
Yeah.
And I really do love and appreciate who you are there. And I can safely not like you. And get back to that.
I think that's super
enlightened.
No, I agree, but I mean, like, that makes great sense. I think, I could be annoying. Everyone can be annoying, and
right.
And I have moments where I'm like, meh, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't need to be meh, but sometimes it just feels good to be meh. I don't know, right? Everyone just has.
Yeah. And
sure.
So I guess my question for you, because I'm curious, how do you, when you're meh, how do you, because I'm a lot of woo and I'll
Get out of
my
it.
ways, how do you get out of it?
I think I need a little bit of time. Because remember this morning, I was like, I think I'm just going to be silent for a moment or two. And that literally lasted like 30 seconds. And then we started talking again. But yeah, that. And then sometimes it's just a choice. I hate it learning this. We really choose to be upset. We really choose to be mean. Like we make these choices. And you literally can just go, I'm sorry, I'm being a jerk. Let's move on. I won't be a jerk anymore. Like we literally live. And so we live in it for as long as we really choose to live in it, which it seems so silly because life is so short. Um, so I'm trying as I get older to pull out of it faster, but there are moments where you're just like, oh God, come on. Or like you don't pull out and I don't pull out, and then we're kind of still butting because we do have a lot of like sibling sort of behaviors, you and I. And sometimes I think, like we want to win. We're a competitive family, and it's like win the argument, my side was right, or your side was, you know what I mean?
I think I remember telling you one time we were fighting about something stupid, usually
Yeah.
always stupid.
Yeah.
And you were like saying I was wrong. And I go, it is not even mathematically possible that I'm always wrong. Like I was like, statistically, I just can't always be wrong.
Well, I mean,
And it's not. It's just not. In my positive mind, in my woo world, it's not
I
possible.
mean, you should be right at least 1% of the time.
Yeah. And being a jerk sometimes does feel good. And it does feel like kids, how they can be the worst to their parents because they feel safe.
Yeah.
I do believe that we feel safe with each other. So we can just be like,
Oh, I know. I would never behave the way sometimes
No,
I do to other people. And I love you more than anybody else. Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
But
Which is
and
a
I love
bummer.
when sometimes you're like waving your white flag and you're like, can you treat me like you treat your friends? Because you treat them really well.
Oh.
And I'm like, yes, but they like you can handle dark Barb, and sometimes she just needs to come out
Yeah.
and be a jerk and then be also just feel safe. And that's kind of like a kid hitting a boundary and just being like, oh, you're holding it, or oh, but you still are here and you haven't run away and I didn't scare you off. Maybe I'm just testing that.
Testing to see if I'm the run.
No, just feeling loved. But I'm joking. That like when we're jerks and stuff like that. But it is interesting how you explain how you get back to yourself, because we can each, like both of us were off, you know, last night and then today, probably more.
Well, I just had, from my point, like Carson and I just we were just chilling, and it was like, it was nice. We had like a nice moment. We were really into the show. We were just having fun. And
I
we're
was
getting
kind of jealous.
Yeah. Oh, so there's that
Yeah.
might have been.
I was just like,
I know, because you left like a total poop head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a poop head mood. But then I had like a lot of joy.
And we didn't do anything. We both were like, huh?
It's all where you're at. And it's moment to moment, especially for females. Like, it's just like, and especially me, I can like bounce back.
Yeah.
Zeros.
I can't do that.
Quick as heck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You take a long.
Yeah. It's the train. Just got to stop and go the other direction. It's a big one. You're like a light switch. Barb's like, I hate you. I love you. And you're like, what happened? I'm always like, just give me a minute.
But I think it's funny because I'm sure someone listening to this is like, oh my God, we're the same way. I think it's human behavior. And I think it's funny. And I love hearing how people get themselves out, because life, I can wake up and I'm positive and I do my morning routine and I'm like, today is a good day. And then it takes my teen just knocking me off my rocker, or something didn't go, or my to-do list is not being knocked off, or just something like you said. You don't always get what you want, but you'll get what you need. And I'm not in that space yet, but it's how to get back to that place. And sometimes I love going outside. Outside just helps me instant reset, because I will get.
There's like taking a walk outside.
I'm hot.
Pretty. It's just something in it.
Yeah, they're right.
I am not a scientist enough to say the chemical or whatever it is. It is a good resetter for sure.
Very.
Taking a walk.
Yes.
You're probably going to come back better off.
Yes.
Yes.
I do vibe high. I have good high energy. I know you would say that. I beat you to saying that
What?
as complimenting my
You
energy.
do?
I
Yeah.
do. I do.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I can tell quickly if I'm knocked off of it, and we're human. Our ego, our environment,
Yeah.
all the things. It's like we'll just spiral, and then like yesterday, I was spiraling, and I was like, I gotta go walk. I need to be alone. I need to listen to a peppy podcast. I need to be like listen to a happy song. I always joke that like because music, you and I are both huge music people.
Yeah.
Music can get me quickly. Like you put on 80s, how can you be in a bad mood to 80s music?
Yeah.
You just can't. So, and I always laugh because our kids with their sports always have their walk up song. I'm like, everybody needs their walk up song, that song that just brings them back and is like, yes, I am me.
What is your walk-up song?
So it rotates, but like The Cure, I mean that one always is hence that's 80s.
Which
But
one?
The Cure, uh it's not Friday I'm in Love. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on it. But usually, I mean, it rotates. I'll have a song of the day, a song of the week. I used to we made playlists for each other. I was like
Yeah.
the go-to
Tape playlist.
person. For my friends, you made me good shit 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we made like 4 volumes of
Yeah,
good shit.
good
Yeah.
shit. Those
Yeah.
are awesome.
I don't know. This is a little detour, but on those tapes you had to like start and stop the 2 tape recorders, and you also had to time out, you know, the whole the A side and the B side, because I didn't let a song, you know, end early or, or like go to the other side. And so it was an art to that
There
that
was
kids don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have to deal with that now. They're just like share playlists.
Yeah.
It's like no pain involved. Did they even name it?
No,
Yeah.
it took time.
Yeah, it
That's
took
like
a
some
lot of time.
serious time.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And but music is such a good instant like Hail Mary, get in the car, start dancing or in your bathroom or something, just put on Marky Mark. Good vibration. You know that one?
Yeah, of course.
That's a good one. It's just like instant, like just want to dance.
He
And
prefers Mark
yeah,
Wahlberg
no,
these days.
but Marky Mark, it is just even saying that name just puts me in a better mood. And so music number one, well, nature, music, and phone a friend if you need to.
Yeah.
Like if I either just text some love out to my friends and they'll, you know, it's like when I love on someone else, probably not you in the moment, but like someone else, even you, like giving you, especially when you travel and you're not here, I'm like, I love you. I appreciate you. If I love on someone else, your dopamine like raises so much
Yeah.
more than if you got a compliment. But when you send it out and someone else receives that, it is like instant awesomeness. And so those would be my top three. So your top one is time for
What?
getting your, you said to
Oh, to reset? Yeah, but it's just a choice you have to make too.
and then making
Yeah,
the
sometimes
choice.
it's just time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a moment. Just
Yeah.
get away from the barrage for a second.
Yeah.
Our friend Dan once said about you and I that it's like the rock star syndrome, that like rock stars stop aging at the year they become the age they become a rock star.
Actors.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, like, you know. And he laughingly said that we stopped emotionally evolving with each other at the age we met, so we fight like teenagers.
16 and 18. It does make a lot of sense. At
Yeah.
first, that like really, I was like, how rude. And
Oh.
I was like, that might be wrong. But I'd rather have our stupid fights.
Yeah, we
than
don't fight over like the
fights.
big things.
Yeah. But, and, you know, we have our stresses and adulting is hard. And,
Super hard. Oh
and
man.
like talking, you say college, and both of us are like, what do you call that? Ass pucker moments.
Oh
You're
yeah.
like, oh, God.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. But
We'll
it's,
figure that out.
yeah, we'll figure that. But you and I are resourceful. We are like not the most conventional, but we have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And people
fun's a
like,
big one.
yeah,
Fun's
yeah.
a big one. You don't want regrets.
yeah.
I love that it's like a meme or whatever, but like nobody wants to go into the grave with a perfectly untarnished, unbanged up body. Like you want to go in there skidding sideways, bruised, banged up, and you know, proclaiming, you know, what a hell of a ride. And
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think we're pretty good in that regard.
Yeah.
Like-
We're definitely more into moments than like material things. And Like, and not that, choose your own adventure.
Yeah. Things make everything in balance. Things make people happy.
Yeah. But I just think it was just so funny and so typical to have our kind of like "Wah," this morning. And I think it is so common that I just wanted to be like, hey, because I was thinking about it. I was like, how do you get out of this? And I had to kind of do my things. I had to like take alone time. I had to listen to a song. I had to go just find my joy and then get back to me. So then I could be me, high vibing, amazing self with you and not like you, but love you and like you.
Which is hard.
Yeah.
Really hard, people.
Yeah.
So that
It
you're a
is.
very tolerant
Yes.
person.
Yes. And we just need a little more woo.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't understand what that word means, but okay.
Like, like what would you call what would be the banner genre you'd put meditation, affirmation?
Oh, that's what you're saying. Woo is like
Woo. It is that's I feel like that's
no,
the
I
term.
can't say what that is. Yeah,
Or like the universe and we are support, like all that stuff. Like I'm
so wait, what would I
what
what
would
would
you
I
call
call
that?
that?
It's not therapists. It's not like little T.
I don't know.
No. Okay.
Be a better person.
On that.
I mean, I think most of the time when one is presented a situation, there's some voice in the back of our head that always tells us the right way to handle it. That might not be the way we're going, but
Sometimes it's really quiet though.
yeah, but it's there. It's there, and again, we're choosing to listen to it, choosing not to listen to it. Oh, God,
No,
it's
it's
really
not
bad.
worth
Yeah,
work I have to do to like get back to my happy place. I
yeah,
just I want to be like, yep, because things work out for me and you're not part of this plan. Like
yeah,
I'll smile, I'll be happy. And if you want to get frustrated that I don't want to talk about conservancy of this at this time, all good. Good day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good
But
day.
hey.
But I don't know if I answered your question or not.
No,
I don't. No, I don't know.
no.
Yeah,
Like you
sorry.
went off the woo
I
track.
failed you yet
It's
again.
okay. It's okay.
Oof.
We'll come back to the woo.
Oh yeah, okay, that's it. All right. Did anybody learn anything?
If you loved hanging out with us, hit that follow button and share this episode with someone who could use a little midlife magic. Now go rock the rest of your day.